2025 will be a defining year for RPGs, bringing worlds so immersive that getting lost in them will be inevitable. These games have always been special for offering more than just a narrative. They place you at the heart of intense adventures, where every choice matters. The decisions you make don't just shape a story, but guide the very path of the journey. Every mission, every action, makes you feel like you're truly living it, and that's what makes RPGs so unique. What's truly remarkable about this genre is how it blends storytelling and action in a way that few other games can. 2025 will be the year of RPGs, with not only the return of iconic franchises, but also new titles making a powerful entrance to make history. I'm Jax, and if you're new here, welcome to the Play Hunters channel, where I bring daily content so you won't miss a thing in the world of gaming. And if you could subscribe to help me grow, I'd really appreciate it, from one gamer to another. Starting with Ballad of Antara, an action RPG that places you in a world devastated by mysterious fog. The story revolves around a conflict between two realities, one following normal rules and the other distorted by an unknown force. You'll play as an emissary, a being able to cross these worlds to recover essences stolen by an ancient entity. Divine creatures and inexplicable phenomena make every step unpredictable. Each discovery can alter the course of a journey. Combat promises to be intense and strategic, requiring mastery of both offense and defense to overcome formidable foes. Each emissary has unique abilities, bringing distinct fighting styles and expanding the possibilities in battle. Movement feels fluid, combining quick attacks with agile dodges. Exploration also stands out, encouraging the discovery of secrets scattered across the environment. Every region seems to tell its own story, filled with challenges and mysteries. The graphics grab attention with their high level of detail, clearly distinguishing the two realities within the game. Various biomes make up this universe, from lush forests to desolate landscapes. The transition between these worlds is set to be one of the game's highlights, bringing dramatic visual changes. Every environment feels crafted with a level of detail that strengthens the immersion. In second place is Obscur Expedition 33. Set in a city full of mystery and beauty, the game takes you on a journey to prevent death from claiming more lives due to a cursed number. Every year, the count decreases and your mission becomes more urgent. With an engaging storyline, you'll uncover the truth behind an enigmatic artist and the growing threat that looms overall. Tension builds as you and your team attempt to stop the disaster before the number reaches its end. Turn-based combat offers an innovative approach by mixing real-time action moments. Each decision requires quick, strategic thinking. It's not just about commanding characters, but also knowing when to dodge, defend, or strike with combos, creating a dynamic that will challenge your skills at all times. The blend of planning and rapid reflexes makes battles intense and unique. The game's graphics are a true work of art, with a style that honors the Belle Epoque. Detailed characters and settings that blend the charm of the era with fantastical elements create an immersive world. The contrast between the nostalgia of the time and the supernatural elements creates a magical, intriguing atmosphere that will captivate players as they explore and uncover the secrets of this mysterious city. In third place is Elden Ring Nightreign. With a cooperative mode for up to 3 players, the game brings a twist to the formula known from the series, prioritizing fast-paced, intense matches. The focus shifts from the traditional tactical enemy analysis to swift action and resource gathering as time ticks away. The map, reminiscent of a battle royale style, forces players to prepare for a final showdown, with rising tension as the ring of fire closes in. The progression mechanics are unique, as enemies don't respawn at rest points, altering how players handle rune farming. Quick decisions are key, as the pressure mounts with every passing moment as the map shrinks. The presence of mini-bosses along the way introduces unexpected challenges, making each match distinct and full of surprises. The fast pace and 45-minute session length make the matches thrilling and dynamic. At the end, a major boss awaits the players, testing all the skills acquired throughout the journey. While the game differs from previous entries, it retains the fun and challenge that has won fans worldwide, and it'll be exciting to see how it performs upon release. In fourth place is Fable. The new edition of the franchise promises to take us back to a magical world full of adventures and challenges. The plot presents an imminent threat, with a hero ready to wield his sword in defense of a kingdom. Though details are scarce, anticipation is building, as the game will be released on all platforms, breaking the notion of being a console exclusive. The gameplay promises to deliver the familiar sense of exploration and impactful choices typical of the series. With a dynamic combat system, the game blends action and magic, allowing players to confront enemies creatively and strategically. The trailer hints at fast, fluid, and immersive combat, offering gameplay that will please both veterans and newcomers alike. The beauty of the game lies in the small details, with charming environments and captivating characters that will be part of the journey. Every decision will impact the world around you, ensuring the story unfolds uniquely for each player. The new edition is being carefully prepared, with a promise of both nostalgia and exciting new features. In fifth place is Game of Thrones Kingsroad. The game offers a deep immersion into a dark and unforgiving world, where you find yourself on an original journey filled with intrigue, battles, and challenges. The story ties into the events of the series, allowing you to explore iconic locations while trying to contain a new threat. Every step will be decisive as you get involved in a complex web of alliances and betrayals. The battles are intense and dynamic, with fast-paced combat that requires skill and strategy. You'll have access to different classes, each with its own unique combat style, adding an extra layer of depth to the gameplay. Large-scale raids against bosses offer moments of tension and action, demanding collaboration to defeat powerful enemies. The visuals are impressive, capturing the grandeur and dark atmosphere of the universe. Detailed graphics and engaging gameplay create an immersive environment, where each mission becomes challenging and unique. Kingsroad promises to bring the same intensity and complexity that won the fans over, with epic battles and an open world filled with secrets. In sixth place is Avowed. Recently launched, the new RPG from Obsidian brings an ambitious proposal with an extremely flexible combat system, allowing you to combine different weapons and magic. For example, you can wield a pistol in one hand and a magic wand in the other, or even use a massive two-handed hammer, creating a variety of unique attacks. This freedom of choice adds depth to combat, where dodges and critical strikes make every fight dynamic and full of possibilities. The world is vast and almost uninterrupted, providing smooth and engaging exploration. During your journey, you'll encounter rich dialogues and text scattered throughout the environment, adding layers of immersion to the narrative. This expansive universe is perfect for those who love to get lost in worlds filled with secrets and mysteries while interacting with characters and learning more about the story. While it doesn't follow the isometric perspective of other Obsidian games like Pillars of Eternity, the game maintains the level of complexity and depth that keeps you hooked. The gameplay fully engages the player, with an open world full of possibilities, ensuring that every choice made impacts your journey. It's one of the genre's major releases this year. In seventh place is Gothic 1 Remake. With fully revamped graphics and enhanced gameplay, the remake brings back the classic 2001 story, now adapted for the new generation. The plot takes place in a kingdom in crisis, invaded by orcs, following the tale of a condemned prisoner who, forced to work in the mines, ends up sparking an uprising that turns everything into chaos. The dark setting and captivating storyline promise to bring back the essence of the classic, but with a modern and refined approach. The gameplay promises to be fluid and dynamic, maintaining the immersion of the original game. The remake goes beyond a simple Souls-like, aiming to reinvent the gameplay with improvements that appeal to both longtime fans and new players. The graphic quality is one of the major highlights, with a more detailed and alive world, offering an even richer and more immersive exploration while respecting the franchise's legacy. The visuals will be a spectacle, with more immersive environments and combat, as well as interactions that deepen the adventure. With current technology, this remake promises to be a true masterpiece, bringing the legend of one of the greatest RPGs of all time into the present. Expectations are high, and if the game manages to preserve the essence of the original, it will surely please even the most demanding fans. In 8th place is Lost Soulframe. With an epic storyline, the game places you in the middle of a devastated world, where a meteor storm destroyed everything and took the soul of your sister. You set out on a mission to bring that soul back, facing dimensional invaders and defying death at every step. The combat promises to be dynamic, with a mix of quick attacks, powerful abilities, and precise dodges, creating smooth, action-filled gameplay as you battle relentless enemies and giant bosses. The character progression system will allow you to unlock new abilities and adjust your fighting style as you advance. The ability to switch weapons and mix attacks will create intense, strategic gameplay, offering multiple options to customize your combat. With a diverse arsenal and a deep skill tree, you'll have the freedom to adapt your tactics to each challenge. The world will be vast, exploring different dimensions and immersive settings, from ancient ruins to frozen landscapes. The narrative will unfold as you interact with allies and enemies, exploring themes of sacrifice, friendship, and the fight for survival. The mission to save what remains of humanity will be marked by epic challenges and a journey that promises to be intense and full of mystery. In 9th place is Monster Hunter Wilds. Currently in open beta, the game already presents an impressive sense of immersion. Although the beta has limited options, such as character creation and a few hunts, it's clear that the game brings some interesting novelties. The visuals are more refined compared to its predecessor, with details that enrich the environment. The major highlight is the sense of weight during combat. Weapons and armor feel realistic, as if every movement is affected by the weight of true battle gear. This feature makes combat more intense, giving a sense of power and challenge that is rare to find in other games of the genre. Every strike, dodge, and attack feels more impactful, making the gameplay far more engaging. Exploration of the world also stands out, with vast landscapes that bring a wild atmosphere, full of opportunities to hunt gigantic creatures. Monster Hunter already presents solid gameplay and a promising storyline, leaving players eager for more. The game is constantly being refined, and all signs point to a successful full release. In 10th place is Neverness to Everness. Developed by the creators of Tower of Fantasy, this open-world RPG takes place in a modern urban setting with a supernatural twist. In this peculiar world, strange anomalies are common, and the inhabitants are accustomed to unusual events. However, not everything is harmless, and it's your job to ensure the city's safety, facing everything from out-of-control skateboards to bizarre creatures, such as an otter with a television in place of its head. In addition to the hunts, the game offers the chance to live a quieter life. You can acquire a house, run a business, and customize various aspects of your life in the game, creating a balance between action and calmer moments. The mix of supernatural elements with urban routine creates a unique atmosphere, full of humor and surprises, making the journey even more engaging. With a light and creative concept, the game promises to be a fun and original option for RPG fans. It offers gameplay that blends intense action with moments of relaxation, providing a unique experience for those seeking something different, filled with humor and a touch of mystery. In 11th place is Phantom Blade Zero. This action game promises dynamic gameplay with fast-paced, strategic combat, inspired by games like Metal Gear Rising and Sekiro. The major difference is the absence of respawning enemies after death, along with the option for players to choose from different difficulty levels, making the game more accessible and adaptable to different playstyles. The semi-open world offers fluid gameplay full of action, with side missions that expand the adventure beyond the main story, which can be completed in about 40 hours. Post-game content, including multiplayer dungeons and epic boss battles, adds depth and keeps players challenged for longer. Mounts also provide an interesting addition, offering more freedom in exploring the environment. With an engaging narrative and agile combat, the game promises to be an excellent choice for those seeking action-packed challenges. If the game's pacing lives up to the expectations set by the trailers, it will undoubtedly become a must-play for RPG and action game fans. In 12th place is Soulframe. Created by the same developers of Warframe, the game is beginning to showcase its potential, even though it's still in development. With stunning graphics that transform classic, ancient environments, Soulframe promises a visually impressive journey. While the story is still being shaped, we know that the central theme involves the balance of nature, with a battle between two factions, the knights and the evil spirits. The game immerses you in a medieval and shamanistic atmosphere, where you play as a defender of nature, tasked with purifying a devastated world. The journey will be filled with intense combat and exploration of landscapes, ranging from ruins to vast forests, where nature will be both a protective and threatening force. The vibrant visuals and immersive animations are standout features, and the canine companion promises to add a unique touch to the experience. Though still in development, the game is already generating great expectations among Warframe fans. In 13th place is the first Berserker Khazan. Immerse yourself in an epic world where you take on the role of a general who, after saving his empire from a Berserker dragon, is falsely accused of treason and exiled to a frozen land. Determined to reverse the false accusation and avenge his honor, he finds himself in the midst of a conspiracy, where each step brings him closer to an intense battle for survival and justice. The journey, full of twists and turns, promises to keep players engaged with the growing tension of the story. The gameplay is fast and challenging, inspired by games like Sekiro and other Souls-like titles, but with a greater focus on quick, fluid action in the hack-and-slash style. This guarantees dynamic combat, where precision and speed are crucial. With multiple difficulty levels, the game adapts to different player styles, offering a customized gameplay experience. Additionally, the vast world, with around 80 hours of gameplay, offers many opportunities to explore and enhance your character with a variety of weapons and armor. The game stands out for its unique animation style, which not only impresses but also makes the world even more immersive. Each environment seems to pulse with life, creating an atmosphere that blends fantasy and action in a captivating way. The game promises an adventure filled with challenges, where courage and strategy will be essential to uncover the mysteries of the past and face the enemies that arise along the way. In 14th place is The Outer Worlds 2. The sequel aims to expand on what made the original game stand out, offering a more cohesive and immersive world with more action, new weapons, and graphical and physical improvements. Unlike other games from the developer that failed to create a cohesive world, this continuation promises to deliver a more dynamic universe, full of possibilities for players. Combat has been improved, and the variety of options available to the players seems even greater, maintaining engaging gameplay. The balance between humor, action, and impactful choices, which was well received in the first game, will be kept, but now with a broader approach. The addition of new elements ensures that the world is more interactive and reactive, with more visible consequences and a more vibrant universe. With these improvements, the sequel promises to be a game that will please both old fans and new players. The combination of an engaging narrative with humor and action promises to create a rich and fun gameplay experience, maintaining the balance between exploration, combat, and decisions that influence the course of the story. In 15th place is Vampire the Masquerade. After over 6 years of development and collaboration between two studios, the game is finally on track for release. Set in a dark city full of mysteries, you play as a protagonist who, after awakening from a 300-year slumber, finds himself caught in a brutal conflict between different factions. In the midst of this turmoil, you'll need to make decisions that can change the course of the story and the fate of the city. The main proposition of the game is the immense freedom of choices, allowing you to ally with different factions to gain power. Each clan has its own abilities and characteristics, offering unique approaches to combat. The gameplay is centered on dynamic first-person combat, with a focus on hand-to-hand fighting. This brings an intense action feel, where choosing the right clan can be a strategic advantage in each encounter. With a rich, dark atmosphere, the game offers impressive graphics that immerse the player in a world dense with details. The narrative promises to be deep, with many paths to follow and consequences for the decisions made. This sequel has the potential to be an immersive and unique experience, combining mystery, action, and impactful choices in an engaging way. In 16th place is Where Winds Meet. Set in an era of great change, where a new empire rises amid a crisis, the game immerses you in ancient China, full of conflicts and hopes. The story revolves around intense battles and mystical arts that emerge when martial arts masters and enemies practice supernatural skills, all against a backdrop of a land full of secrets and mysteries. The gameplay features agile and epic combat, with the use of swords and other weapons allows you to face powerful enemies while exploring a vast open world. The main character, with abilities that defy gravity and speed, finds himself in a land where the fight is not only physical but also spiritual, with secret sects and demonic forces infiltrating the scene. The combat system promises to be both fluid and strategic, requiring you to adapt to each new situation. The game stands out by capturing the grandeur of this era, mixing rich details with an aesthetic that does justice to the magnitude of the setting. With online content, the fun expands, allowing you to share the journey with other players and explore the world in a more interactive way. In 17th place is Assassin's Creed Shadows. The promise to bring back the classic gameplay of the franchise has sparked new hope among fans. Many consider this game Ubisoft's last chance, potentially either saving or sinking the remaining credibility of the company. The game takes place in a dark and turbulent Japan, where the protagonist becomes entangled in a web of intrigue and power struggles between historical factions. Although the plot has caused some controversy, especially with the inclusion of non-Japanese characters, the main goal is to bring back the infiltration and strategic assassination elements that made the franchise famous. The gameplay has been redesigned to focus more on direct action and stealth mechanics, moving away from the RPG elements that dominated recent releases. This marks a return to the essence of the series, with a focus on agility and precision. The ability to control a female protagonist also adds diversity to the narrative, offering a new perspective on story development and interactions with the world. If the goal to correct the course and return to the origins is fulfilled, the journey through this historical and mysterious Japan could be one of the most exciting in the franchise. With promises of more action, infiltration, and strategic challenges, I hope the game can bring back what made the first titles unforgettable, without losing the quality and innovation fans expect. In 18th place is Alkahest. In this action RPG, you take on the role of a young noble in a medieval land, where chaos begins to take hold as goblin hordes attack your county. Instead of adopting the traditional hero role, the protagonist heads into battle with a heavy axe, leaving words behind and focusing on direct and brutal action. The gameplay is fast-paced and engaging, with combat that requires skill and speed to defeat enemies, creating a constant and intense action experience. One of the game's major attractions is its alchemy system, which becomes essential for progression. Throughout the journey, you'll experiment with creating different potions and items, from oils that enhance weapon effectiveness to creative mixtures that offer solutions to challenges that arise. This freedom of customization and experimentation adds an extra layer of depth to the game, allowing you to find unique approaches to obstacles. With dark and detailed artwork, the game creates an immersive atmosphere, where every corner reflects the constant struggle for survival. If you enjoy a mix of intense action with an engaging alchemy system, this game promises to be an unforgettable journey. In 19th place is Hell Is Us. This third-person action-adventure game takes place in a world devastated by civil war and a supernatural calamity. Mysterious creatures have emerged, and no modern weapon is capable of defeating them. The protagonist, armed with a sword from a distant era and aided by a drone, must explore this hostile environment, facing chimeras and try to understand the origin of these threats while uncovering the secrets of his destroyed land. Exploration is one of the main highlights, with a unique system that forgoes maps, compasses, and mission markers. The journey is guided by the player's own instincts, offering a more organic and immersive experience. Throughout this adventure, you'll have the freedom to make discoveries at your own pace, enjoying interaction with the environment and making decisions that shape your path. This creates a sense of true immersion, where every step reflects your desire to explore the unknown. Combat is intense and requires adaptation. With a wide variety of weapons, such as swords, spears, and axes, the player must learn to face enemies that defy the laws of nature. The strategic use of the drone is also crucial for survival, adding a layer of planning to each battle. With a story that reflects on the perpetual cycle of human violence, Hell Is Us offers a unique experience, filled with action and reflection, promising to capture the attention of fans of challenging games with deep narratives. Next we have Wuchang Fallen Feathers. Set during the dark end of the Ming Dynasty, the game promises to take us to a land devastated by warring factions and a mysterious disease that turns people into horrific monsters. You play as a pirate with no memory, who must face the horrors haunting your land while searching for answers about your lost past. Your journey will be filled with intense battles and mysteries to uncover, with the game offering a challenging, Souls-like experience. The gameplay will feature dynamic and demanding combat, where the protagonist can evolve their abilities by defeating enemies and learning their techniques. The use of red mercury to enhance combat styles, along with powerful enchantments to improve weapons, will allow for a high degree of customization in how you approach combat. Every decision, such as which abilities to learn and which resources to sacrifice, will affect your fighting style and progression in the game. With a vast world full of dark and mysterious locations, the game will offer deep immersion. The exploration of ancient temples and nature-infested ruins, combined with the choices you make, will lead to multiple endings. If the game delivers on its promises, it will be an epic experience, blending intense action with a rich story, where the player's decisions shape the fate of a land consumed by chaos and death. Let me know which of these games caught your attention. Share your thoughts in the comments, which one will be a hit and which one will be a disappointment. And as I always say, don't buy anything on pre-order. Keep an eye on the channel to see if the game is truly worth your money. If you can, subscribe to the channel to help me grow and never again wonder what to play. I'm leaving 2 videos in the card, one that I selected for you and another chosen by YouTube itself. Just click on either one to watch. Big hugs, enjoy the game, and see you tomorrow.